Hello and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2, where today I'll be doing a tour of my Site B research facility. Now, if you want the unguided tour, go to the number I put on screen, or I might put a timestamp in. I'm not sure, it depends what's happening, but this is going to be a short tour. So I've already done the unguided tour, and that's quite short just because it's kind of hard to showcase a research facility, because at least with a park, I can, show off the park, show off the dinosaurs, because the dinosaurs are happy. Here it's kind of difficult because this is more showing off the facility, and telling you about the test. So I'm going to be going through a guided tour here just to show you what's happening. If you haven't seen my speed build videos, you can go check them out. I've got a couple of them on the building of this park. So anyway, I'm going to get on with the tour. So this first area is the primary facility. So this is where you come into land. This is built, this area as well as the test facility is built from the ruins of the original compound, which you can see over here. This was kind of like maybe if it was expanded. They're kind of building on that. So we've got some modern buildings mixed with some older buildings because, they want to cut costs, and that's just what they do. So you'd come here and you'd go to wherever you need to be, whether that be a ranger or a scientist or maybe just a cleaner. I don't know. It's not my job to know. I just built the place. Anyway, if we come here, we've got the Spinosaurus enclosure. So what I should explain this area first. So this first area is like the capture area. This is if when they went back to the island, if they went ahead and they captured all the dinosaurs, and they've put them in enclosures. Obviously not all the dinosaurs. I don't have all the species, but these are dinosaurs that will either be taken to Jurassic World in the future, or they'll be used for testing by Dr. Wu and the scientists and InGen in general. But yeah, we've got the Spinosaurus enclosure here with the good old classic Spinosaurus. Next to that, we have the aviary with some Jurassic Park 3 pteranodons flying around. I didn't feature these in my unguided tour just because they are a bit broken at the moment, and I didn't want them in because it would be a bit weird if I'm being honest. Also, I forgot to mention from the facility you can come around here to where the power stations are if you're a technician or something working on the power stations. Anyway, if you come over here, we have the Lost World T-Rexes here. So the male and the female. I'm pretty sure this is the female and that's the male, but don't quote me on that. Actually, no, do, because I want to know. So let me know down in the comments if I got that wrong. We've got a nice enclosure here. I worked hard on these enclosures because I felt this is where I want dinosaurs to be comfortable. So I'm going to put them in nice enclosures. Anyway, if we come over here, we've got a Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, or should I say Friar Tuck enclosure, but a whole gang of Friar Tuck. But yeah, they're around here somewhere. There we go. Here's one. Pachycephalosaurus, not my favorite dinosaur, but still quite cool because it's from the movies. Anyway, here we have the Jurassic Park 3 raptors. We've got a female here and a weird-looking quillless male here. Originally, I wanted it to be the tiger raptors, but the skins bugged out on the day that I built this, and I thought, oh well, I got at least a Sorna raptor rather than, maybe one of the raptor pack or the classic raptors. So I just went with it. If we come here, we've got the big herbivore enclosure. So we've got some Parasaurolophus, as you can see, running around here. We've got the original 2001 Brachiosaurus. We've got some Stegosaurs with the 1997 skin. We've got an Ankylosaurus with the 2001 skin. We've got a few of them. And then we've also got some Corythosaurus with just their normal skin because they don't have a legacy skin, which is fair enough. Anyway, if you come down here, you come to the primary testing facility. The testing facility. That's the primary facility. This is the primary testing facility. So in this section of the facility, we have the confined space testing. So here we have Dreadnoughtus with a very, very small enclosure where their needs are not near, close to being met. As you can see, they've only got a comfort of 66%, which is far below what they can handle. Over here we've got some Ceratosaurus. One Ceratosaurus was actually quite alright with this size enclosure, but once we got to the 4 or 5 that I have here, I don't know if there's another one wandering around somewhere, but yeah, that really dropped their comfort. As you can see, their area is not doing well, but it goes to show that a single Ceratosaurus is fine with a fairly small enclosure. Here we have 3 Triceratops in an absolutely tiny enclosure. This is very compact and just, it doesn't suit their needs in the slightest. Here we have the Tylosaurus from Jurassic Park. If you don't know that, in Jurassic Park, the game, there is a Tylosaurus enclosure, I guess you can say, or Tylosaurus Lagoon. And now it's been brought to Isla Sorna for testing, and maybe it will make its way over to Jurassic World, where it will eventually be replaced by the Mosasaurus. Coming over here, we have a solitary testing area. So in here we have a Proceratosaurus wandering around somewhere and just all by itself. Yeah, so this is testing what their behavior is like in a solitary environment. So it's got a fairly large enclosure, which kind of adds to the loneliness, I guess. Coming over here, we've got a similar one for the Muttaburrasaurus. Again, a fairly average sized enclosure for a dinosaur that usually lives in herds, but unfortunately now we've put it in a solitary environment. If we come over here, I'll get to this enclosure later. If we come over here, we have the raptor pack. So my thinking was they've been bred on Isla Sorna and will eventually make their way over to Isla Nublar, where Owen Grady and Barry, I don't know his last name, will do the experiments, and not really experiments, but their tests on them, their obedience training and whatnot. Over here we have a dinosaur fighting area, which currently has no dinosaurs in. Maybe later on they may want to try the classic rematch of the T-Rex versus the Spinosaurus, but we don't know. It's not my, again, like I said before, this is not my job to know what these scientists are doing. Did I say that before? Maybe I just thought about it and didn't actually say it. But yeah, it's not my job to know what these scientists are doing. I just built the place. Here we have some Carnotaurus. So this is a cohabitation testing area. So this is where carnivores are placed in an environment with other carnivores to see whether they can live together. You know, if they can live together pretty much. So we've got 3 Carnotaurus living with a Albertosaurus, which is wandering around somewhere. Yeah, he's chilling out in the trees at the moment, but a very cool dinosaur. I feel like every dinosaur improved in their transition, but pretty good improvement there. Here is probably our most cruel enclosure, so this is why I want to come to it last. Here is what we call the exposure testing enclosure. So here we have 9 Gallimimus in a absolutely tiny enclosure. So not only is it overcrowded and tiny, but they have no forest, so they're exposed not only to the peeping eyes of the scientists, but also the elements, whether that be sun or rain, or maybe if there's a hurricane, there's flying debris. They're right in the firing line pretty much. So this is not a nice enclosure to be in if you're a dinosaur. But these are the tests that they're running, so that's how it is. If you come along this road here, you'll make your way to the hybrid area. So if you're a high-level scientist, you'll get a ride from the rangers, but unfortunately, if you have a lower level, you're gonna have to walk all that way. So you better be ready to do that. I don't know what the pay's like here. I got paid pretty well to build this park, but as you can see, I had unlimited cash, so I can't complain personally. But with this area, what I wanted to do was make it a bit more modern. So if those areas were built on the original facility, then this is kind of a new area. This is why I used only buildings from the DFW kind of era, I guess you can say. So the more modern buildings, it's like the viewing platforms here and the power station here. So in this enclosure, we have the Indoraptor. And if you know Jurassic World the game or Jurassic World Alive, you'll notice that this is the Indoraptor Gen 2. This is not an Indoraptor I meant to breed. Oh my god. I can't talk apparently. This is not one I meant to breed, as in like I didn't choose this skin, I just randomly got it, and I thought it was pretty cool because it does look very similar to the one in those games, which is just an inverse of the coloring of the normal Indoraptor. And I love that a lot. It's so cool. It's already a cool dinosaur with a really cool skin now. And then if we come over here, we have the famous Indominus Rex, and with a very cool coloring and honestly a very cool enclosure, if I do say so myself. There's one that I'm really proud of, it's this one. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the guided tour here, and you're going to go on to the unguided tour. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!
Yeah.